What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Savage Sunday NextGen Poker 2-5 1500 cap live stream. I am your commentator for the night, Knock, otherwise known as John. I guess the other way around. And I will be commentating solo tonight as my co-commentator, Nick Morgan, is unable to make it tonight. So we're going to have one hell of a night here. Let's get right into the action. I believe that we are flipping for the button right here. Our lineup tonight, a lot of familiar faces. We have Tricky Fish there sitting in seat 6. Right there in seat 3, you can see Benji. He's been on the stream a couple times. Representing the Next Gen crew is Rosey, sitting in seat 2. We're getting everything situated here. Let us know where you watching from tonight. We got 16 people already in the chat. And I have been given word that we will be doing a giveaway later on in the stream. I believe we'll be giving away a Poker House hoodie, so stay tuned for that. I also may have a guest commentator coming in later on in the stream, but for now, it's just all you lovely folks and me. Scott Freeman in the chat, shouting out the Chat Pro meetup game that we had going on earlier today, where I was gracious enough to donate many hundreds of dollars, hard-earned dollars, to all of the chat pros out there. We had Captain Underpairs in there. Scott Freeman himself was in there. Many others enjoyed some free knock dollars. Also, later on in the night, I believe I will be hosting an Ask Me Anything. I am a professional poker player in the DFW area, and I'm going to be doing an Ask Me Anything if anyone has any questions to ask a professional poker player from the area. If you were thinking about becoming one yourself, or what are the pros and cons, etc. But right now, we're getting right into the action. Look at these beautiful graphics set up. The new card backs. Everything looking great. Well, let's get some table audio for you guys. Sorry about that. I have been informed we will be doing the 7 Deuce bounty game for $25 a person. So if we see anyone spazzing out with 7 Deuce, that is why.
Frankie's still out of town. We'll be back for next week. Yeah, that's too much. When is Jack starting to jump? We can't let that on, right? I don't know. But you can double. Yeah. I don't know. Of course. I'm just wondering what he's so busy with that he just waits to go. I think there's a good chance he's sleeping. It's like he's not going to make any sense. Wait, he's in the school right now. I don't think he has it. Oh, he's still in school. I forgot about that. Like me, man.
And of course, our players are referencing Jack from NextGen Poker, who is not here right now. Rosey hypothesizing that he may still be asleep. If that is true, shout out Jack. Must have had a rough night last night. That's all right. We've all been there. Benji picking up a real hand here. He's going to put in the 3-bet to 1,000. Don't think Jay will be going anywhere, but what do I know? Decides to play conservative. Give it to him for now. Save any devious intentions for later on in the stream. What is up, Sassy? Shout out Sassy in the chat. Another recipient of those free knock dollars earlier today.
Guys, 7 deuce bounty. Is everyone okay with that? For how much? 25. Yeah, let's do a quarter.
As you heard there, that is me telling everyone to do the 7 deuce game for 25. You guys can thank me for that action. I'm representing the chat here right now. I know everyone here wants action, so I'm trying to deliver. I'm trying to get them to do it for as much as possible. What is up, PM in the chat? Benji with some real hands here on hand 3 already. Picking up 2 big hands. Ace-Jack suited in the hijack. Very easy open. Tricky fish on the button with a very clear call with the pocket 8s. Pretty standard. Boy completing action. The boy, another regular on our streams here. Tricky fish with the best hand still. And versus a bet and a call. Don't think Benji... Well, actually, it was a really small bet. And he's getting a very good price with some backdoor draws. Well, it looks like he's putting in the raise. Very non-standard play here from Benji. But knowing their exact hands, this is actually a genius play. Tricky fish going nowhere. Don't blame him. Pocket 8s can still be the best hand. He's going to get sticky here. That's a good turn card for both players. Benji picking up the nut flush draw and Tricky Fish not seeing any more overcards to his 8s. I imagine we'll be sticking around for another bet and a call here on the turn. And we'll see what happens. That's $275 from Benji. Chunky bet. Can Tricky Fish hold on? To me, it seems like it would be wild to call the flop raise and now fold on this turn card. I think Tricky Fish agrees with me. As we head to a river, let's see, will Benji get there? He's got a bunch of outs. That's not one of them. Is he going to continue to fire here? First hand. Tricky Fish might want to call down, given this run out. It looks like he's going to continue on the river. Thinking about it, does he have enough, is what he's thinking. Can he muster up the courage? It would be hard for Tricky Fish to hang on versus a shove. He does muster up the strength. And now it's on to Tricky Fish. Can he muster up the call? Someone's getting called in the booth. That's what I can tell you. Someone is already going to have to get called into the booth. As a friend of Tricky Fish, I can tell you, he's always very active towards the very beginning of the session. We've seen this many times before on our Savage Sunday live streams. While he's thinking, look at this clean lighting we have here. Brand new lighting for the live stream. Everything looks so crisp and clean. Shout out to Eric and Eddie for the new lighting. Looks wonderful. Will Jaffe in the chat saying, that's a great shove. Is that the actual Will Jaffe? If so, welcome to the stream, sir. Benji's put Tricky Fish in the blender here. Tricky Fish does not believe him. I bet he's thinking, would Benji check raise an overpair? Does decide that he would check raise an overpair. Gets shown the bluff, and now, what a play. What a play. You got to hand it to him. We got to get Benji in the booth, guys. Already making plays out here. And we have Benji joining us in the booth. So Benji, already off to a hot start here, picking up some hands, the ace, queen of diamonds, and now the ace, jack of spades. Decided to check raise the flop and triple it off. Let us know, what was going through your head in that play? Oh, let me actually turn the live stream camera on here. Here we go. Welcome into the booth, Benji. Here are the people.
Yeah, thanks. It's my first time in here.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I guess it is. All right, so tell us, why'd you check raise the flop?
It's just my strategy on that flop. I'm not betting that hand. I'm going to check raise it and check call sometimes. Mm-hmm. And I do the same thing with good hands. So
yeah, makes sense.
And
on
then
type of board.
Yeah, and then I pick up the flush draw on the turn. So
sure, and reduces some combos of his value, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good card. And a spade at the same time. So.
Yeah, so pretty good. And on the river there, I guess it's better because it wasn't the front door flush draw, so you aren't blocking as many of his continues. So is that what made you shove the river then? Still repping those overpairs?
Yeah, and I think he's just capped at a 10.
Yeah,
so
probably only has a 10, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, now because he was taking that long with 8s, now I think maybe I shouldn't have gone for it against this specific player.
Yeah,
so.
you know, I was thinking Tricky Fish would get sticky there and call you down, but he did end up folding, so great play.
Yeah, well, I kind of feel like if he had a 10, he would have snap called, which...
yeah, I think he would have, so maybe the target wasn't as, you know, but whatever.
Yeah.
You got it through, so well done. Good luck out there.
Yeah. What do you think about the play?
Oh, I think the play was good. Yeah, and we got someone in the chat here, Will Jaffe. Great shove. So
nice. I don't know who that is, but thanks.
Oh, man.
Okay.
All right. Good luck out there.
Thanks. Yeah. I'll try to play some more hands that maybe called over here.
That was Benji, folks. Let's get back to the full camera here. Sorry if I missed any hands. Looks like we have a limped pot here. 2 pair for the boy, top pair for Jay, so at least some money's going to go in here. That card will kill some action for sure. Does Jay want a hero call in this spot versus a pot-sized bet? He does. He does want to call. The boy getting max value on this hand. Actually surprised to see Jay continue here. I guess he does know some stuff about the boy here, though. The boy is a very active player. How much is the boy going to charge Jay here? Spades do miss. I'm thinking something like 250. Well, let's see what he chooses. Goes a bit bigger. That looks like 325. 340. Hefty overbet there. Jay is probably going to be super skeptical of this hand. All the draws miss. I bet that's exactly what's going through Jay's mind right now is all the draws missed. And the boy is definitely capable. Really trying to piece it together here. Shout out to Eddie, just fixed some graphics for our new player that will be joining us in a little bit. Also, shout out to Tricky Fish and Eddie for delivering my food into the booth. Even commentators got to eat. Benji eventually arriving at the correct decision, getting out of the way. We got Jacob in the chat, a.k.a. Bait, as we know him. Shout out Christian Lenza, in the chat. What is up? Yes, that is true. I am rocking it solo today. We are having some fun today in the booth. It looks like Tricky Fish is going to be straddling it up to $20 this hand with all of his white chips. So we're playing some 2, 5, 10, 20 this hand. Ryan H., a newcomer to the stream. I don't believe we've seen him on the stream before. Picking up his first real hand of the night, opening up the King Jack suited in the hijack. Going for the very small open size over the $20 straddle. It looks like Jay is going to try to capitalize on that weakness. 3-betting the 6-5 suited, isolating in position. And he's going to get exactly what he wants, likely. There it is. Achieves the configuration. Heads up in position with the uncapped range and the betting lead. What else could you ask for? And he's going to flop a monster flop for his hand. Looks like he'll be winning this hand, as Ryan just has king high, no draw. And he's certainly going to be putting in another bet. And that should take it down. Well played by Jay. Shout out Lego in the chat. Knock always rocking it solo. Not mean. Not sure I do know what you mean, sir. Not entirely sure. Some more real hands here. Jay raising the ace-jack suited in the cutoff. Rosie's going to flat the 8-6 suited on the button. I like this play. No reason to 3-bet, in my opinion, when you already have the button with a hand like this. I'm sure it mixes, though, at some frequency. Jay flopping the absolute world. Nobody else with anything at all. That's just going to be the end of that. Take it down. Jay upset because we can't rabbit hunt. We cannot rabbit hunt on the live stream. So him, me, and all of you lovely people in the chat will never know. That could have been a royal. We got 66 of you guys in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Helps us get the stream out to more and more people. Once again, this is NextGen Poker's 2-5 Savage Sunday live stream. And there we go. We have our new player joining us there in seat 4. Already 18 likes, but we can do better than that. Almost 70 people in here. We can definitely do better than that. Remember, later on, I will be doing a hoodie giveaway, as well as an Ask Me Anything. Being a professional poker player in the DFW area, if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask, we'll be doing that later on in the stream. Pretty small pot here. Ryan with the best hand, rivering a pair of 8s. He's going to take it down. Shout out Mark in the chat. Mark Wee. This is Knock, the normal commentator for the stream, but Nick Morgan is usually here with me. Tonight, I'm riding solo. I actually ended up taking your seat in the Chat Pro meetup game today. And I'm happy to announce that if you were there, you wouldn't have gotten any cards. In fact, you probably wouldn't have won a single hand. Because I got terrible cards, and I was sitting in your seat. We even got coolered a little bit. So you didn't miss much. Jay trying to tell me that he will not pay for the food that I so graciously ordered for Jay and Tricky Fish. Let me tell you, I got a problem with that. So I'll be talking to Jay later. G gonna make a little play at that, bet his flush draw, get ace high to fold there. What is up, Tiny Poker in the chat? I was wondering when you would make an appearance.
It's the best game. I have not played it, but I know what it is. You play tennis? Yeah, I love it. Yeah. Oh, we're gonna talk tennis. Yeah, pickleball. We're talking pickleball. Where do you play it? I play it at my buddy's apartment complex. But I think there's a billion. Yeah, there's courts.
Anybody else like cold water or anything else to drink?
It's one on top. One of the two on top. You're gonna buy a pickleball. I know. I don't have one.
The player's discussing pickleball. Pickleball is a wonderful sport. I try to play it at least twice a week. Minimum of one time per week, though. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite games, my favorite way to get some physical activity in.
Yeah, I probably want to try it like once before buying it.
Played with Rosie last Sunday. So everyone in the chat, start dropping your questions for the Ask Me Anything. If you have any questions to ask a professional poker player in the DFW area, drop some questions. And once we gather a bunch of questions up, I will answer them later on in the stream. Or maybe you don't have anything to ask me because you think I'm just a fraud or something. Just a wannabe commentator, losing poker player. I wouldn't blame you for thinking that. Sometimes I think that too.
No, I'm not saying it's easier. I'm saying for me, whatever you say, you're wrong. And I think I know what my experience is. Your experience is wrong.
Seat 5 there is Goldfish. He is a new player on the stream. We have not seen him on the Savage Sunday stream before. Tricky Fish with the ace-10 suited in the cutoff. A very beautiful hand. 40% of a royal. So he's going to raise it up. G going to just call on the button with the ace-3 of diamonds. That's a good play as well. If I were in the cutoff, I'd 3-bet that hand. Flatting the button seems reasonable. And it's the boy flopping the best hand with queen-8 suited from the big blind. Looks like it's probably going to check around here, and the turn is an ace. Cooler card. Two players with an ace. One better than the other. And it's 2 pair. Tricky Fish looking for some value here, and G the only one who will probably end up giving it to him. It's a very fairly sized bet, half pot. And G very wisely letting it go. Great fold there. Now the boy might decide to look up Tricky Fish, but unlikely. I was thinking for sure he would fold if G called. But now that G folded, the boy is thinking about getting sticky. Tricky Fish trying to employ some speech play. Gets him to call. Great speech play there from Tricky Fish. Saying, what pair you got? A queen? And then Tricky Fish hitting him with the, why are you taking so long? Snap call. Well done by Tricky Fish there. We have Just MacGyver in the chat saying, I mean, you were annihilated last night. Could just be a fraud. I agree with you that I could be a fraud. Not sure I was annihilated last night, though. I'm also not sure who you are. Was I playing with you last night? Possibly. It is possible. You could be thinking of someone else.
I sweated Jason's hand before the flop came out, and when I saw the turn, I saw the edge. I'm like, holy fuck. Yeah, he has double ball. He has 2 straights. He's same straight twice. I'm like, oh my god, this guy's probably like pounding right now, dude. Because he has to dodge the whole deck. I know. He has to face literally half the deck. More than half. Because he needs to face a board pair, a club, or a heart. Or like a king/10, or like. Well, I don't think
Benji picking up some really good hands here. Pocket 10s already. That's another hand. This is only like hand 6 or 7 of the stream.
He was not even a favorite. Like, against the field, he was the favorite, but like, he probably had like 40%.
We're going 3 ways to a flop. Not the best board for 10s, but also not the worst. He's going to bet it anyway. Probably betting his entire range on this board. And he's just going to take it down because no one has anything. Mark, I agree with you. We need to get Regis or Woodley on the stream at all times. But unfortunately, neither of them are available tonight. So we'll have to settle for this lineup. I think that we still got some good action with Tricky Fish and the boy, though. And we got some newcomers who might be given some action. I'm hopeful. Tricky Fish very disciplined, letting go of the Jack-8 suited and +3 there. He's a better man than I. It's one of my favorite hands. Benji picking up the 7 deuce. Let's see if he'll be a nit or if he'll go for it. He's just a nit. Just folds the 7 deuce to a single raise. You guys see that in the chat? He completely exposed himself. Completely exposed himself on live TV. I don't think the people of the chat are going to be very happy to see that, Benji. We just brought you into the booth. You made a baller bluff. Now you're folding the 7 deuce to a single open.
I had to call 900 to win like 38. Oh, yeah, that's about break even. No, I'm losing money. Slightly. Gamble. You know, let's put my chips on the other side. They want to do something now. Okay. I'll cut you my white chips. Oh, so I can exit.
And you see Goldfish here raising the Jack 9 suited. You see, when Tricky Fish folds the Jack 8 suited, it makes me very, very upset. But I'm happy to see that at least someone has some class here. Opening up the Jack 9 suited, gets called by King 10 off and Queen Jack off. And King 10 off trying to slow play here. Sean M, he's making the boat right here. Checking it again, which is a good play. Gets Goldfish to stab at it. Drawing absolutely stone dead. Looks like he's correctly deducing that Goldfish probably doesn't have anything, and he's just going to try to hope that he improves. Let's see if he checks to him on the river and sticks with that read. Nope. He's going to lead, and that's going to be the end of this hand. I think a check would have gotten him more money there. If you're going to lead the river, I personally like check raising the turn. But he's going to take that one down.
Yeah, it's definitely more expensive to live in this town. I think I might like live in the app. I'm like buying UCD right now, like right. I probably pay like $1,400 over there for one bed. Yeah, that's about what I like. It's worth it to me to be able to walk to work and like be in uptown where like all the bars are.
We're hanging out here on a Sunday night for this NextGen Poker Savage Sunday live stream. Thank you all for joining me in the chat. We're approaching 100 viewers. Appreciate the viewership. It's just me, you and me, riding solo tonight. So keep me entertained, something to talk about. Interact with the chat. Hit the like button. Tricky Fish going to open up 2 jacks there and just get everyone to fold. I bet he's not too happy about that one. And it's aces for G and +1 with the straddle on. Is there anything more beautiful? Let's see if he decides to raise. Why did I have a feeling that that was something that would happen? The limp under the gun with aces. A trick as old as time. The boy is going to fall right into the limp raise, and I think that'll be the end of the hand. Looks like G is limp calling the aces under the gun, actually. An interesting play. He's going to flop top set. The boy with a gut shot. Let's see if maybe because G played this so passively pre-flop that maybe the boy will blast off here. I like a just call from G here and a check to the boy on the turn. I think that with this board and having top set, a raise would not be very good. It would not perform well. Because the boy can't have that many hands for value here. Correctly makes the call. Now the boy might continue to bluff. Maybe you can put in the check raise here on the turn. There's more hands to get value from. And it would work like a charm. But it looks like G's just going to lead on out on this pretty much a brick turn card. And he's going to give the boy a better price to continue rather than check raising. Bricks on the end, and I assume this will go bet fold. I think the lead on the turn is a pretty interesting play. 9 doesn't really change very much.
Yeah, the only thing is you just can't be at the
Beffer in the chat, welcome to the chat. Can anyone play on this stream? So, the way that you get onto this stream is by going onto NextGen Poker's Instagram, clicking the link in their bio, and signing up for their Discord, Patreon. You'll get access to a private Discord with other fans, and the sign-up sheet for this game is posted into that Discord. So yes, anyone can play on the stream. You just have to follow those steps. Join the Discord and sign up for next week's Savage Sunday. It's a 2-5, 1500 cap game, and we always have a ton of action.
we filmed a TikTok. I don't know if you saw it. I put a TikTok the other day. I don't have a TikTok. That was Friday. I don't have a TikTok. 35 to go. I know. I think I mainly Friday for a little. Nah, I mainly see you guys when it's on YouTube. The YouTube Shorts? Or yeah, YouTube Shorts are occasionally I'll watch back. Because yeah, I don't use. Well, I have Instagram, but I don't really use it. Yeah.
Jay gonna pick up some blinds there with the king queen suited. I'm sure he's not very happy to see everyone fold. It's a beautiful hand.
Yeah. It really is. Actually, recently, you can program your phone and your settings to close out of an app if you've been on it for too long. It'll kick me out of TikTok after 1 hour. 1 total hour per day. And it won't let me back in until midnight. I mean, do you actually like doing it, or do you feel like it's I love the poker stuff. It's awesome. Like in general, social media can be really damaging, mentally and time wasting. I think it's much better.
We're having some serious conversations on the table tonight. You gotta love it. What do you guys think? What's your opinion in the chat about social media? Rosie's saying that it's all good for the poker stuff, but otherwise it's really damaging because it could be super distracting and fills your brain with a bunch of garbage. I'm in agreement with Rosie. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I watched it too. Yeah, as long as there's so many different platforms that if you were to spend even half an hour on it per day, that would add up to like half. I mean, I don't even have Netflix.
I love this play from Goldfish here. Probably the best play we've seen of the night. Always really good to put in a 3-bet with those offsuit Broadway hands, even on the button. Great hand to try to get heads up. And in this case, he's going to fold out so much equity and just take the hand down pre-flop. Great play from Goldfish there.
I guess I'm lucky because I have Netflix like through my family, so I think I'm still probably gonna buy a TV just so like. Well, you can watch YouTube on the TV. That's yeah. I mean, I have a PC. I might buy it just because it kind of looks awkward having no TV in your apartment. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of a piece. Yeah, it's like it's almost a piece of furniture. Yeah, exactly. I did get an Oculus recently. I have Quest. Yeah, the Meta Quest. So, what it's called. I got it for like $150 in general. So, I basically got it for. Have you ever tried poker on there? No. It's so much fun. I play poker like every day. It's VR poker. It's literally you put it on and you're like here. So, and you can like grab.
What is up? Texas Aces and Kings. I believe your name was Cy, right? Yes, Frankie and Jello are not here tonight. Frankie is out of town. He's still in Vegas. And Jello is recovering from a late night out, I believe.
Yeah, like just original. Like it wasn't wireless. It's tethered to the
Kylan? I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce your name. I'm going to guess Kylan. That's a good question. Let me think about that for a little bit, and I will bring that back up to you when I have an answer for you.
I do. I've played ping pong in VR. I don't remember the game. I remember it being really fun. I remember sometimes it tilted if it didn't read where I was properly.
Honestly, the ping pong simulation is quite solid. Like I tried the tennis one too. The tennis one was terrible. Like it literally messed up my motor skills in real life when I actually played the tennis because of how different it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna play it. Ping pong one is great.
You gotta try poker. It's not real money, but it's well, you can buy coins or whatever. I'm sure they're making a ton of money.
Benji with the 7 deuce off again. This time, he's going for it.
Oh, then VR's probably.
He's going to put in the raise.
The games where I don't have to move, where my arm
There's no way that he's going to be exposed twice on this stream for folding the 7 deuce off pre while you're playing the 7 deuce game. No chance.
It's like Fortnite and virtual reality.
Let's see how it works out for him. Didn't work out very well. Goldfish puts in the 3-bet with the ace-4 suited. I'm very impressed with Goldfish's play tonight already. Benji opting not to go for the 4-bet when it would have worked. It looks like Goldfish is likely just going to take this one down. Calling ace-jack off out of position is speculative at best play, but oh, he does. Let's see if he can hang on. Goldfish with the C-bet on a board that favors his range. He's going to get the quick fold from the better ace-high. Well done. How do I put this? I'm beginning to suspect that Goldfish might do this for a living. Just some mannerisms that I'm picking up. I could be way off. What does the chat think? I'm impressed with his play so far. I've never seen him around here before, though. We are up over 100 viewers for our NextGen Poker Savage Sunday live stream. Wojo, they'll be playing until 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. They started around 6, so it's about 4 hours of play. So we still have quite a bit of time here. Over 3 hours. We're really just getting started. We got a bunch of trash hands going to the flop here. Limped pot. And it's Rosey value betting is 9. Getting it called by the gut shot of Ryan H. And he's going to drill it. He's going to call for that 4-outer, and he's going to drill it. Rosey beats nothing for value, but could be a bluff, so. Little chuckles from the players there. Oh, I apologize. Let me put some respect on Ryan's name. It was a double gutter. It was a double gutter. It makes way different. It's a big difference. Wojo, 7 deuce off is in play. It's a $25 bounty per person, so you will get $200 if you can successfully win a hand with 7 deuce off suit. So I've decided that this question that was asked of me by Kylan, what will be the next Brad and Andrew effect for the poker community, or who do you think will be responsible for it? I'm going to ask this to the chat because I'm curious as what all of you guys think. What do you guys think the next Brad and Andrew effect is going to be for poker? Do you think it's happening now? When do you think it'll happen if it's not happening now? You guys can ponder that as we go to the flop here versus the boy and Tricky Fish. In a 3-bet pot, Tricky Fish calling the 3-bet out of position with the 6-5 suited. He's fighting an uphill battle here. He has flopped himself bottom pair and a backdoor flush draw, so he's going nowhere for 1 bet. But he's not in great shape. Picks up a diamond. This is a great bluffing card now. This is actually a wonderful card to start turning your hand into a bluff. Some draws get there. You pick up equity. This is a card that if I face another bet, I will be check raising. Wonderful play. Raises to 525. Very good play from Tricky Fish. Unfortunately for him, it does not look like it's going to work because the boy actually has a good hand here. So I imagine this will go call, and then we'll see if Tricky Fish wants to bluff the river. But even if he does, I don't think that the boy's going to be folding. So Evan's probably, Tricky Fish here is going to get himself into some trouble. Unless he can hit. Can he hit? He cannot. A brick on the end. And if this goes shove, I'm almost certain the boy is going to be making the call. And what else can Tricky Fish do? He has to shove. He's got to rep the straight. He's got 4 combos of King Jack suited. He has 2 pairs. He has tons of hands for value. But I don't know if the boy is going to be folding his hand here. Can the boy sniff it out? And he makes the call. He's going to correctly make the call. I think this was a really well-played hand on both players' parts. Let me ask the chat here. I will listen to you guys. I'll give you guys 1 minute to respond. Who would you rather see in the booth after that hand? Would you rather see Tricky Fish or the boy? Whoever gets the most responses, I will bring into the booth. And go. Tricky Fish or the boy?
No, not all black. I'll just do 5. Sign black.
That's 5 votes for the boy already. I'm going to be bringing him in for that hand right after this hand right here. Mark, we saying the next Brad and Andrew effect will be in the PLO scene. And you know what? I have to completely agree with you. I think PLO is about to explode, bringing a bunch of fresh new people into the scene. And it's going to be crazy. I think the future of poker might be PLO, honestly. I don't know how I feel about it, but PLO is exploding. Little old 3-bet from Jay on the button here with ace-queen offsuit. A great play. A hand is way too strong to flat. Let's 3-bet and get it heads up. G's going nowhere. He's got the best hand. The boy's going to be out of there with this 9-6 offsuit. And here's the flop. Wow. The boy is going to be kicking himself for folding that 9-6 offsuit. G retains the best hand here as Jay's going to check it back. We have a... Well, that's actually not a brick, but doesn't change either player's hands. Does give G a gut shot now, but he already has the best hand. I don't see any reason for Jay to start bluffing now. He'll be checking it back. And he rivers the ace. What an absolute luck box. Would have liked to see a bet from G on the turn there for a little bit of equity denial. Now he's in a tough spot. Jay knows this is a good card for him. Does G think that maybe Jay would use this card to put in a little bluff? After this hand, I'll go grab the boy. See what he had to say about that epic hero call. Got 125 of you guys joining me tonight. Having a nice, calm, relaxing night on our Savage Sunday. G's going to make the correct fold, and I'm going to run out and grab the boy. Played it perfectly. I'm being serious. Actually did. That is right, ladies and gentlemen. I have the boy in the booth with me right here. Here he is, the boy.
How's it going? How's it going?
Oh, I muted you. Sorry.
No, you're good. How's it going?
All right, so we have the boy in the booth with us here. And I asked the chat after the hand, which one would you like me to bring into the booth, Tricky Fish or the boy? As you can see here, everyone said the boy. So we want to know, what made you call down? What did you think he was repping when he raised the turn? Tell us about the hand.
Yeah, totally. So, pre-flop, I 3-bet. I played with Tricky Fish a bunch, right? So, I have a little feel for his game, but he's definitely solid. He kind of side called. I flop top pair, obviously c-betting. He calls. And then on the turn, board's getting more connected. A couple flush draws coming in, and he raises. And, you know, Turkey's solid. So he can also have his kind of combo draw bluffs.
Of course, yeah.
Things like that. And river comes out, and it's, like, fairly blank. Like, if I'm calling turn, a good amount of the time I should be calling river.
I'd say so. I'd say the main draw got there on the turn, right? If he's repping King Jack, so.
Yeah, exactly.
7 is just a brick.
Exactly. And, yeah, I was thinking about it a little more. I honestly put him on something like a Jack 10, Jack 9 type hand.
Sure, yeah.
Maybe even of diamonds. I don't know if that was I forget the board, but
I actually don't remember either.
yeah,
But yeah.
something like that, and just had to pay it off.
Did he ever show you what he had?
Yeah, 4 or 5 diamonds.
5-6 diamonds.
5-6 diamonds. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he played it really well. And
No, I told him after. I wasn't trying to needle him or anything. I was like, I really like the line.
Yeah,
Like,
the line was perfect.
Yeah.
And I was saying that I'm almost certain you're going to call down being suspicious of this line, but he's got to take this line.
yeah,
It's a great line.
Totally.
Yeah, and it's a
loved it.
great call. Of course, you know.
Appreciate
I think
it.
both you guys played it great.
Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks for telling us your thoughts.
Yes, sir. Thanks
Good
for having
luck.
me in. Hope to be back. In a good way.
Yeah, hopefully for the right way, right? All right, let's get back to the action here, as we have a couple limps here from some speculative hands. Sorry about that, guys. I did have him muted for a little bit at the beginning of that interview. Hopefully you guys caught what he was saying through my mic. Thank you, Tiny, for being on top of that.
It's only 200. It's not like 2,000.
If you think about it, you're getting really good odds. You're calling, let's say the range is 50 more. You're calling 50 to win a pot of at least what's in there plus 200. So you're really playing for, you're getting 6-1 in your call. Something like that.
Yeah,
5-1, whatever.
but it's not.
You have 20%.
I wouldn't say it's quite that.
It isn't because you're not going to realize that.
Yeah.
It's game 3.
Now, if the 7 deuce was for like 100 from each person, then that might change things.
It's a premium. Just go all in. Premium. Like, literally. Double up. Get everyone full. Like,
Ryan's going to take a stab at this with the king jack. Middle pair, open ender. The boy turns 2 pair, although he already had the best hand.
Yeah, wait, where's the imagine if the value for 7 deuce was 100?
Raise call and bink. Ryan is out here binking his straights as he binks this one.
I mean, it's better than ace.
Because basically every time you have 7 deuce, there's an extra like have a running spot.
Yeah, no, if you can get 7 deuce heads up, you're going to have probably like 30% access equity on average, but you're only investing 900 without whatever step.
That's a tough one for the boy.
No matter what, you're getting like minimum rinsing with 7 deuce.
Can he sniff this one out? Never feels good when the 4-liner gets there on the river. And you get led into.
Actually, I guess on Hustler, they could probably like play like that 7 deuce like 5K.
Pretty hard to come up with bluffs here in this spot.
It was 100 a person. We did maximum.
I mean, on their biggest hand.
No, yeah.
Thinking like bluffs would have to be like 10-9 or Jack-9, and I don't think Ryan is going to be turning those hands into a bluff. He's probably going to go check. Maybe ace queen, but no way that's turning itself into a bluff. This is some high level stuff. I bet the solver would be turning a bunch of pairs into bluffs and some 2 pairs into bluffs in this spot, and I don't think that that's happening in a live poker setting. So I'd say that there's precisely 0 bluffs in this spot. And the boy's going to come to that conclusion. Make the unfortunate fold with this 2 pair. And Ryan takes another one down. Let's take a look at our cumulative winnings so far. We are on hand 26 here. Here we go. The boy up $900 after that great call against Tricky Fish. Tricky Fish stuck a house. Maybe a mobile home. And we'll check out these V-pips. Although it's only 25 hands, so not much to report. We got DFS Brat in the chat. What is up, DFS? How you doing tonight? Once again, I am Knock in the commentary booth, riding solo. Goldfish gonna flop a 6 here on this flop. Nothing for G. Say raise and a call. It's gonna go bet fold. It's all good, DFS Brett. Welcome back.
I see an issue with
ability for other people to watch. It's way harder to tell what's going on.
I think it'll also be harder for like people getting into it.
That's the one thing, but I agree with you. I think the money's moving there. Like it's so much more. Like when I went to LA and played with my buddies, like they all want to play PLO. Like I'm seeing it pop up more here. But as far as the content goes and like really spreading it, it's harder. Like all our PLO bomb pop videos, like if we ever do a TikTok, it does worse than people don't know what's going on.
I think both. Like I think PLO will like be like probably around equal.
The boy picking up another real hand here with pocket nines. Going to raise it to +1. Looks like Benji's going to 3-bet the hijack, try to isolate. Can't blame him. If he didn't, Sean definitely would. Same as Goldfish. Goldfish probably would have done the same thing as well with the ace-jack here, but when Benji isolates, I think both players have to fold, as they do. Now Tricky Fish gets to isolate. This would have been very interesting had Benji decided not to isolate, because every single one of the people behind him would have likely raised the boy.
Also, because of like the nature of PLO, like live PLO and online PLO are so incredibly different. Like even more different than online. So the reason is that in online PLO, kind of like live online PLO, a lot of pads play like heads up, three-way, but in real life, no
Benji in quite a spot here. That's the only problem with 3-betting these suited broadways. You don't really want to call a 4-bet, so when you get 3-bet, you got to just let it go. It's such a pretty hand. Unfortunate for Benji there. Makes the correct laydown. DFS, Frankie and Jello are... Well, Frankie's still out of town. He's in Vegas. Jello, I think, had a rough night. Probably still sleeping. That would be my guess.
Playing like optimally nines. No, they don't play. They don't play. But like I mean, like they're not just trying to win the session.
Yeah. Like they're like I don't mean like 70 straight up, like 65.
Why am I the loser every time? That's what they call it.
This is kind of out for
I had to go for it, you know?
Yeah, it worked this time.
What?
It worked.
It's a post-flop game, so even though the
Alright, buddy.
pre-flop are really close, you just gotta play.
Whatever you say, man.
So, you know, if you're
Goldfish picking up the 7 deuce.
live PLO, you don't want to. You generally don't want to hold the product.
Like I remember seeing it like PC one time.
Good luck, man.
That snapped.
It was like,
All in and a call here. Sean's going to need some help.
Good luck, guys.
Ooh, jack in the window. There it is. Look at that. He's going to take it down.
Oh wait, this max isn't this? I thought it was.
I'm only running it. We have
Oh, they're going twice. Ooh, needs a queen. Ooh, queen, spade, or jack. Or not a jack. Oh, he bricks. Okay. They're going to chop this one up. I think they should make a rule that they only go one time on this Savage Sunday stream, but it's not my money. I can't make the rules, guys. All I can do is talk about them.
yeah, well, no, that's at the end of the day. Well, no, that's what I mean. Is that the only thing I don't like is someone that likes to run it twice sometimes and other times.
I genuinely do not care about that. I genuinely don't.
I'm in a content brain mode, so that's why I'm so rigid about it.
So again, there's other people that also like only going once, but don't even.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What are we doing? Is there a flip for a bomb pot or anything, or are we just straight?
Do you guys have a preference? You want to keep it rolling? Do you want to do stop for a bomb pod? I don't want to do it just to flip.
Oh wait,
Yeah,
the stream. It's bad for the stream to do bomb pot.
Then let's just keep going.
Not a bomb pot.
Yeah, I don't want to do a flip. Flip's boring.
Is auto post here, right?
Yeah.
We auto post?
Yeah, auto pass.
I'm curious what you say about me on the stream. I'll watch that part later.
That's only good thing.
Alright, definitely only good things.
I like how he's like late. Like I know that feels like a deal.
Yeah, that's fine. I was like, this guy probably was ace king or queen. He tried calling me. I'm surprised you call king king, to be honest.
So what are you going to do?
I actually do block king jack.
That's straight.
Yeah, normal poker.
Straight to it. I actually like king queen better.
Yeah.
Because it blocks king jack.
Did he tell you what I actually had? Yeah.
All right, Tiny. Safe flight. Plane is taking off. We'll see you here tomorrow for the 1-2 stream tomorrow night. As we get right back into the action here. I agree with you guys in the chat. If it's a small pot, I think it should be a run at once thing, especially on stream. If pot's less than 2K, yeah. Run it once. That was like a very small pot. You guys heard it from Tiny here. Come back tomorrow night for Monday Madness. That's a 1-2 stream. Tiny and Dude Maestro commentating. As the players decide to do no bomb pot, and Ryan flops a boat. Unfortunately for him, Goldfish has nothing. Dude Maestro, are you Chris Larkin? Is that you? The one who was at the game today? Let me know. I think it is.
Yeah, I know they didn't like giving us scorecards.
Gotta find out real quick.
People break them more easily. Yeah.
Step pull, step shove. Whoever comes out with RFID cards that aren't fat.
I know the guy that makes these though.
That's what I thought. Welcome to the stream, Chris. About to start up hand number 31 here. We are an hour into our stream.
Let's do it.
Looks like G's going to limp the cutoff here with ace-deuce offsuit.
Yeah, no, he's awesome.
We're going to go 4 ways to a flop. 10-8-8. It's going to be an open-ender for the boy, who I believe will find a way to win this hand. Not anymore. If he had just bet the flop, he would have probably taken it down. He's going to have to be very big if he wants to get it through. I don't think that's going to get it through. We did see G fold an ace earlier in the stream, though. The flush did get there. Doesn't look like he's interested in folding this time, though. He's going to pay it off. Sees the good news. Takes it down. Shout out Charlotte in the chat. Another participant in our Chat Pro meetup game earlier today. Another recipient of those free knock dollars. To quote Eddie, I'm like the poker house Oprah. You get some knock dollars. You get some knock dollars. Ah!
I always have 3 spades.
People are more liable to
10, 20, 40. I'm always down to make it bigger. Like, no one ever wants to do it. Like, Woodley was the only person. What would you want to do? No, okay, obviously not now, but like for like the last 30 minutes, me and Woodley were doing 25, 50, 100. Did they hit a lot? I think someone hit the flop twice. There's only 30 minutes left.
Jordan asking, how much did you lose in the meetup game knock? I lost $600 in the span of 2 hours without winning any hands at all.
Watch this actually.
Not one single hand was won by me. Not even exaggerating. I didn't scoop a single pot, any chips. They just kept going out, which I don't mind. I mean, it's just plastic, right? Anytime, Mark. Says, I appreciate you stepping up and fulfilling my role today. Is your role losing money, Mark? If your role was losing money to the meetup game, then I fulfilled it really, really well. We got 153 people in the chat here tonight. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Appreciate everyone talking to me in the chat. It's Knock, your boy, commentating solo tonight. My co-commentator Nick Morgan will be back on the next Savage Sunday live stream. Had prior commitments tonight, so I'm riding solo. Appreciate you guys talking to me. We're just having a chill Sunday night right now, you know? Hanging out. Maybe I'll hop in this game after the stream. Jordan saying, me losing $600 is not a bad day. You know, I can't lie to you. It's not. It's not a bad day. It's usually much worse. So in that same vein, I'm going to be doing the Ask Me Anything now. So if anyone in the chat has any questions for me, I'm not trying to seem like I'm some wizard of anything like that, but I know there's a lot of people in the chat that might be considering playing professionally or started playing part-time or something like that. I am 26 years old. I have been a professional poker player in the DFW area for over a year and a half now. And if anyone has any questions for me, we're starting that Ask Me Anything right now. Send them in the chat. I will answer as honestly as possible. I'll put it all out there. I'll hold nothing back. Got a small hand here for Ryan. He's going to take it down with his pocket sixes. Looks like we have a $40 straddle here from G. $40 straddle. I will be answering these questions that are flooding in. I will be answering them right after this hand because we do have a $40 straddle on. A very interesting hand. Could develop here. We got Jay limping the king jack off in the cutoff. A very interesting situation here. I did not expect to see Jay limping a hand this strong in the cutoff. Benji going to isolate with the king-9 suited in the small blind. This is why I don't understand Jay's limp here in the cutoff. I know Jay quite well. I didn't think this would be a play that he'd make. Jay knows he can't go anywhere now. That's not even a big raise. They're playing 2-5, 10, 20, 40. Both players flopping top pair. This is going to be bad news for Benji here. I don't see any way in which Jay gets away from his hand. This was a $40 straddle. These players are playing roughly 33 big blinds effective, 35 big blinds effective or something like that. And I can tell you right now, Jay will not be laying down his... Oh, that's brutal. That is nasty right there. That is really nasty. Jay will likely be losing his stack here. Oh, thank you guys for asking so many questions in the chat. I'm sorry I haven't answered them yet. This hand has just captured my attention. I will be answering all of these questions in order right after this hand is over. We'll see if Jay can find a way to get away from this hand, but I would say it's almost impossible. Benji fires again. I know I'm not supposed to root for anybody in particular, and I know both of these players quite well. Friends with both of them. But one time, Jack on the river, for justice. For justice. And he's all in. He is all in. How could you get away? He said faded the snap because Benji is nit rolling Jay right here. Benji very famous for nit rolling. He's absolutely net rolling him right here. This honestly should be a crime. Someone come in and arrest this man. He's genuinely thinking about laying it down here. 35 big blinds effective. Please, somebody come in here and arrest this man for this sick net roll. What a sick net roll. Jay is going to be disgusted. Well, Jay's already disgusted because Benji's announced his hand already. He said that he only loses to a 6. The nit roll is incredible here. And he calls after wasting everyone's time. What a nit roll. Oh, it's not. It is not the jack. And Benji's going to win this pot here. Someone call the FBI. Oh, man. All right. All right. Reina, it is me, Knock, commentating tonight. Normally, Nick Morgan is here for me as well, but I'm doing it solo tonight. It's just me. So let me get to some of these questions that you guys asked. I didn't realize that was going to take so long. I appreciate everyone who sent their questions in, so let's scroll all the way back up here. And we'll start with the first question from Beffer. He asked, how did you build your bankroll? I can see Poker Monkey already answered this question. How do you build your bankroll? You win. And that's honestly, if we simplify it down, that really is what it is. I started out with, I was driving for Uber. I had $7,000 to my name. I took half of it. I just started playing 1-2 at the Hideaway, buying in for $500 with $3,500. And things just went well for me. I ran good at the beginning. I could have easily gone broke, but I didn't. So here I am. Let's see here. What's your favorite starting hands minus aces and kings? I really like 10-8 suited, Jack-9 suited, Jack-8 suited. I like the like those types of hands. They're some of my favorites. Very fun hands to play. Let's keep looking here. Sage saying, if you lose an hour to daylight savings time, how many big blinds could you have won in that stolen hour? Well, that depends on the game that I'm playing in, but a lot. A lot of big blinds. It's unfortunate that we lost that hour, huh? That is a fun question. Caleb Tam asking, what was a turning point for you going from rec player to doing it for a living? So as I mentioned, answering the first question, I was delivering food, doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. And I don't know. I've always loved poker. I've been playing poker for 2.5 years at the point that I started playing professionally. So 4 years total now, maybe 5 even. And wow, actually, let me pause for a second. As we have 3 club draws here. Goldfish with the best hand and the best draw. A club would be absolute anarchy here on the river if we were to get it. But it's an ace. And Goldfish is going to retain the best hand. That club would have been dirty. So the turning point for me going from rec player to doing it for a living was basically just having no life expenses at the time. So I had nothing to lose. So if I were to give advice for going from rec player to doing it for a living, I would say, first of all, make sure you actually like the game as much as you think you do. Because doing it 40 hours or 50 hours a week for years on end, some people don't understand how much poker that actually is. Some people get burned out. You have to be obsessed with the game. You have to do nothing but think about it, just absolutely live the game. And I did, so I'd say that the turning point was just me taking that leap of faith and just saying, I'm going to do it. I would advise to have 6 months of life expenses set aside. So calculate how much you need per month and have 6 months set aside. Looks like Rosey tried to bluff with the jack high there. Does not get it through. Good attempt. Yeah, so that's what I would say, to have 6 months of life expenses saved up before you make the jump and try to do it for a living. Wojo saying, what would you say separates the pros from the rec players? And Jordan answers it perfectly. Discipline, bankroll management, patience, and putting in the hours to study. I couldn't have said it better myself, Jordan. Very well done. All of those things are very true. And just to add in what I said before, obsession. Obsession is really important in my opinion. Like, I'm obsessed with poker. In a positive way, not a negative way. Let's see. Is there any other questions? I'm going to scroll down here, catch up with the chat. Caleb in the chat. My boy, Knock. What is up, Caleb? How you doing? Sorry, I'm not caught up in this action here. Is there an all-in and a call here? Oh, ace-king versus ace-king. Okay, I didn't miss anything important then. Aimbot, I think this is Juanito. Hello. I remember when you told me about your lowest point, which is after you played that Watauga game for the first time. It's been nice to see you rise through the ranks and be successful. I appreciate that. It's very nice of you. That wasn't my low point, though. That was not my low point. That Watauga game thing actually happened here at Poker House about over a year ago, where I lost $9,000 in 3 weeks. But yes, thank you for the kind words. Let's continue to read down these questions. AA asking, who do you think is better, you or Benji? I will not answer that question on this stream. I will not do it. We got G here with the 7 deuce. Gonna make a play at it. Don't think it's gonna work though, because Sean does have the king high diamonds with the backdoor straight draw. Don't think he'll be letting it go, and he's only got $400, so he might just rip it. And the nut flush right there. I mean, second nut flush on the turn right there. And G has an open ender now. Might continue to bluff. He's going to continue to bluff here. Sean is going to be smart and just make the call. And I think this is a card that G will probably continue to bluff on, honestly. I mean, it's a pretty good run out to try to get a queen to fold. Even though he only has half pot back left. I don't think he's going to shut it down. This is a good card to send it on. We know it won't work, but G doesn't know it. And it looks like he's going to fire that third shell, try to take down the 7 deuce. That is money that is being fired into the abyss should he put it out there. He does decide to fire it out there, gets snapped off, and loses. 7 deuce is not going to get the bounty. Nice hand, Sean, scoring the double up. All right, let's catch up with the chat here. AA asking, where do you think you will be on 3/18, so March 18th, 2023 at 5:44 p.m.? Playing 2-5. Almost 100%. Let's keep it going here. Brevin A, I have to catch up with the chat, so I might miss a hand here. Brevin A asking, Knock, what stakes do you play? I like to play the TCH 2-5 uncapped game, and I've been taking some shots at 1025 and 2040. I played 2040 at the Bellagio. But right now, I can comfortably play the 510, those types of stakes. 2-5, match stack, and 510 around there. CM, best poker rooms in Oklahoma. Not sure of any poker rooms in Oklahoma. I've never been to any of them except for Choctaw and Windstar. And I don't know, I just never go there except for WSOP. I like Choctaw more than Windstar, though. Bo asking, where's Jello and Frankie? I will reiterate that. Frankie is still in Las Vegas, and Jello is not here. I'm not sure. He's probably awake by now. He's hanging out somewhere. And we see Slim Shady here. Oh, Alexi, what's up? Yes, Alexi and I had a hand at the NextGen meetup game where I got in my Ace-King suited versus his Ace-King suited, ran it twice, and he hit a flush on both boards right after I had given him a NextGen card protector. That NextGen card protector, it brought you good luck. Definitely brought you good luck. Oh, and I'm trying to catch up with the chat, but look at this hand. I mean, look at this hand, really, guys. Ooh, boy, what a terrible card for Goldfish. What a terrible card for Goldfish. Goldfish needs a high card to hit to chop with Benji, or he needs a 9. Or an ace will chop as well. What a terrible card. Yeah, so Jack can also chop for the... All right, I'm finally caught up on chat. Apologize for that, guys. Thank you for all the questions. I'll be taking questions for the rest of the stream if anyone has any questions for me. Well, for now, we'll finish this handoff where it looks like Benji gets the Miracle Turn card and will now be winning a big pot. And he's going to hold here. He's definitely ahead and he's not folding, so... It looks like it's going to go check here. That could have been a lot worse. That could have been a lot worse. Benji up piles right now. If we take a look at the cumulative winnings here, Benji up $2,700. Absolutely sun running. What's there to say? Let's take one more look at that. Cut off pretty early. Benji just running everybody over. Running good. Ryan up almost 1,000. The boy and Sean M up a little bit. Tricky Fish and Jay stuck over 1,500. Wow. Garrison Edwards asks, what's your 2.5 hourly, if you don't mind saying? Was thinking about whether or not I wanted to answer this, but I figured I probably should answer it. If anything I'm saying is going to be taken with any credit, if I'm going to have any credit behind anything I'm saying. Currently over almost 1,000 hours, it is around $150 at 2.5. $184 people in the chat. Make sure you guys hit that like button. You guys are chilling here with me, commentating solo tonight in the booth. It's Knock. We'll have Nick Morgan back with us next week. I know you all miss him. Can we shout out Nick Morgan in the chat, everybody? Say what's up to Nick Morgan. I'm sure he's going to watch this back. He would love to see everyone shout him out. Wow, Sean picking up a real hand here. Looks like it's Ryan flopping the best hand here. Both players with the boy and Ryan picking up an open ender. Ryan with a big lead here. The boy putting in the raise. I'd imagine Ryan's going nowhere with his pair and open ender. Wow. Ryan's going to let it go. Great play from the boy there, blocking the nut straight with the open ender himself. He's going to take it down.
Sometimes I've seen it go for another like 3 hours more. I think that's better. You have one after the stream?
I have one more thing. I signed up for it. I try not to give myself anything. It took me a minute. It shows the job. But it does suck. I just have to check like one quick thing. It should.
Reminds me of freaking school.
Yeah.
Just procrastinated all the weekend.
I did not. That's not bad, actually.
We got 54 likes. We got 175 viewers, though. Can we bump it up? Can we get more likes? I've been informed that if we get to 100 likes tonight, I will be giving away a Poker House hoodie. Make sure you hit that like button, and I will do the giveaway when we hit 100 likes.
Yeah, we'll say it's a straddle. I don't believe it. Look, it's a raise. I raise.
Tricky Fish raising the ace-queen offsuit in +2. The boy has an easy call in the cutoff. It's a clear flip.
I don't think I can. Let's see the same hand.
Neither player with a spade here. It's going to be a continuation bet from Tricky Fish and a fold from the boy, I would guess. Unless he decides to get tricky. And we know the boy likes to get tricky. He's not going to let it go yet. What's interesting here is that the call on the flop is going to slow Tricky Fish down a lot, given the fact that he doesn't have a spade. And still neither player with a spade. If Tricky Fish bluffs at it, no, he won't. They'll go to showdown, and the deuces are going to be good. Oh, I completely missed that. Tricky Fish made a straight at the end there. There was a straight on the board. I completely missed that. I have absolutely no excuse for my incompetence. I apologize to the chat. I apologize to my family. I apologize to my friends, my coworkers. I apologize to Poker House of Dallas for my ineptitude at reading a board. Someone should revoke my pro card. G picking him up premium here. He's going to limp it. The boy isolating with his queen 10 suited. Goldfish, once again, putting in the ISO with the king queen off. I like this a little bit less because he's out of position. I would have liked this a lot more if he was on the button. And when he's on the straddle here, I think it makes a lot of sense to just complete. You dominate a lot of opening hands. There's no sense to 3-bet. I mean, no reason to 3-bet in my opinion here. But 3-bet he does, and he's going to get called by a dominated hand. So what do I know? That was our lovely waitress coming in to check on me, see if I need another water. It's much appreciated. But I got enough water back here. Somehow the boy finds a 10 on the flop, and Goldfish is not going to give up here. He's got back doors. Got some more questions for me in the chat. I will get to those right after this hand. See how far Goldfish wants to take this as he turns the queen, a brutal card. Oh boy, we're going to see some pain here. Wow. And Goldfish is going to get stacked here. What an absolutely brutal turn card there. All right, let's get to the questions. Sage Derby asking, Knock, where do you play again? I personally like to play the 2-5 match the stack stream, the 2-5 match the stack game at Texas Card House. And I play at Poker House whenever they get a 2-5 game going. So I'll be playing in this game after the stream ends. Derek Daddy-O asking, Knock, what's your biggest W? Last month, I believe, maybe 2 months ago, I won 11,000 in a 2-5 game. That was my biggest W. Actually, my biggest W was getting fourth in an $800 event at the Venetian for 24,000. That was my biggest W. But cash games, it was an 11,000 win at 2-5. Jay picking up a massive hand here. Ryan opening the ace-deuce off in +2. It's a little loose. He's going to get punished. Jay going to take it down. Let's check out these V-pips now. Hand 44. The boy leading the pack, 54%. Rosey at 11%. Beffer asking, what was the biggest hand of that win? What was the biggest hand? I believe I flopped a set of 9s against an overpair. Probably for $6,000. I think that was the biggest one. I won a few big bomb pots as well. Caden Mizzou asking, what's your favorite pot scooped and what's your biggest pot lost? We'll get to that in 1 second after this hand. Goldfish with the premium ace king of diamonds whiffs this flop, but as does the boy. It's going to get checked down here. I'd assume it's going to get checked down on the end here as well. Ace King High is going to take it down here with 4 spades on the board. Okay. My favorite pot scooped, I cannot really give you an answer on that. I'm not sure. I tend to remember my losing pots more than my winning pots, so can't really remember that. Biggest pot lost was I lost an $11,000 pot playing 5-10-25. Probably the biggest pot I've ever lost. I'd rather not get into the details of that hand. Thank you guys for the questions. Helping me out a lot here. Being in the booth all by myself, giving me something to talk about. Much love to everyone who has been participating in the chat. Still open to any questions or advice if anyone needs anything. We're about halfway through this live stream here. Staying over 150 viewers the entire time. It's been wonderful.
That's pretty good.
We got Nick Morgan in the chat saying, "Sup chat pros." I don't believe that is the actual Nick Morgan. If that's the real Nick Morgan, can you please tell me where you were today and where and what city that was in? If you are the real Nick Morgan. If not, that's an imposter. Athrea saying, AAV saying, "Knock, can you tell them to stop talking strategy at the table?" Unfortunately, I can't do that because Jay's at the table. And anyone who knows Jay or watches the Savage Sunday stream knows that Jay likes to talk strategy. He won't be stopped. So, strategy will be talked.
Well, if Jack was here, he would. Jack always wins. Everyone gives him credit. Everyone gives him so much credit.
Even though he always has 7 dudes, he wins it with like 4 times credit for it.
And the boy's going to pick up the Rockets. When the boy picks up a hand like this, he usually gets a ton of action because no one wants to believe him. But unfortunately for him, Ryan doesn't have a very good hand here. So it doesn't look like he's going to get any more action. Very unfortunate. The boy, as you see, shake his head a little bit there. Not going to get any more value. Tony asking, do the NextGen boys ever VPIP over 15%? Of course they do. I would say that since we are only on hand 47, there's not enough of a sample size to say whether or not Rosey has actually had any hands playable. In fact, I've actually been looking at the hands that have been folded, and I would say that he has not had any hands to play, really. So I'd just say he's playing good poker. Beffer asking, do you think players come in wider in Texas because no rake? That definitely plays a part, Beffer. So when there's no rake in an environment like that, you actually get to play more hands pre-flop. Whereas if there is rake, you should tighten up pre-flop. So in Texas, when they do time rake, you actually get to play a ton more hands.
Now you ask for. I'm just kidding. Did I take a water? Maybe. I'll do it.
Same hand, chop it up, chop it up.
Play that garbage, sir? Yeah.
We only have 66 likes right now, guys. Can we get to 100 likes? If we get it up to 100 likes, we only need 34 more. 34 more likes, and we're doing a Poker House hoodie giveaway, which I will give away on stream tonight if we can reach 100 likes.
Aimed at our crotches, so we all stand up. And I don't know, there must be something lost in translation with the
Garrison asking, how is the 1020 or 2040 at Bellagio? The only way that I can describe that game is it is the worst game in America. Everyone is a professional. I think there was one person that wasn't a professional. The game is tight, solid, and full of crushers.
Yeah, no, I'm saying no. Well, I'm acknowledging that is an option.
Brian Hastings was on my right when I played the 10, 20, 40 Bellagio game. And he is an absolute legend for decades, an absolute crusher. I would not recommend playing that game. There's plenty of other better games to play in. I just wanted to test myself. I did end up winning around 5,000 in that game, but that was just because I flopped the full house and someone bluffed into me. Wow, we got some real hands here. Benji with the queens. Queen of diamonds, queen of clubs against the king 10 of clubs and the ace 10 of diamonds. We could have a big pot here, guys. 10 high board would be absolutely brutal. Looks like he got 3-bet by Goldfish. I like the 3-bet. And he's going to put in the 4-bet. Make everyone's life a little more difficult. If Goldfish calls here, I imagine G will call here. If Goldfish folds, who knows? G might still call. So it looks like Goldfish was able to get away from it. Now, I don't know how G's going to feel about this. He's got a really pretty hand. Looks like he might be thinking about double flatting here. The problem with double flatting is that it makes your hand so face up. Your range is so weak, it's almost impossible to hang on. I think it's not the best play. But he's going to do it. So we're going to go to a flop. And he's got 32% equity still. No help for him. And with like a 1.2 SPR here, I imagine Benji goes small and then jams turn. So I'm right about the first part. Does go small. That's about a little bit over a quarter pot. G is just going to fold, obviously. But if he had something, I imagine Benji would just be shoving the turn. Benji's going to take one down, getting a little loose action pre-flop from G there. Well, it looks like the boy's gonna... Sorry, I apologize. It looks like Jay is gonna 3-bet this hand from the small blind, the ace-8 suited. That is a play. That is a hand that is used to make a play like that, but it's not in my arsenal personally. I'd much rather prefer to use other cards than ace-8 suited. But it is, as the kids say these days, solver approved. And look at that, he had him pipped. It's going to take it down. I believe this was a straddle and an open. All players missing this flop. Heart turn could be interesting. But the boy's going to see that and take it down. We're up to 77 likes. That means we're 23 likes away from giving away a Poker House hoodie. Make sure you guys hit that like button. I think I'm going to get in the chat and gamble my points real quick. Bam. Bam. Got him. Easy. And a monster hand developing here. Sorry I missed some of that action, guys. Getting some technical things taken care of in the booth. If I had to guess, I would say that that 7 deuce hand was not successful. Looks like G and Sean M are both going to flop the same draw. At least G has a backdoor flush draw. Caden, no, I am not hosting tomorrow. That will be Tiny and Chris Larkin hosting the stream tomorrow night. Both players brick, so who's going to be the one who wants it more? It looks like it's Sean, and that's going to be the end of it. Sean's going to take it down.
Good luck, guys.
Gonna start up hand 54 here. $91 likes, guys. 9 likes away from the hoodie giveaway. Hit that like button. Looks like this was a $20 straddle. The graphics are a little behind. They're caught up now. The boy turns a pair. Pair of threes is good. We've got 194 people in the chat right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you hit that like button. We are minutes away from a Poker House hoodie giveaway. Seven more likes. Got Rosey finally finding a hand worth playable. The King Jack suited +2. And he's going to run into 2 big hands behind him. Ryan 3-betting from the big blind to $120. And now the boy gets put in a tough spot with his pair. Looks like he's going to cold call the 120. Back to Rosey getting a great price. But he's going to let it go. He's very wise. Knows that he's often dominated in this spot. This time he was live, but most of the time he's dominated here. Wow, and the boy's gonna flop a set here. Wow, it goes check, check there. Ryan could be using this hand to blast off with, but instead... Wait, is Sean in this hand? How did Sean get in this hand? I'm completely confused right now. I don't think he was actually in the hand. I think that was a glitch. The boy's gonna go for value here on the turn. I'm actually pretty surprised to see that Ryan didn't just go for it here. He had a really good hand to keep bluffing with. Instead, he's just gonna check twice and then fold to a bet. The boy gets no extra value with his set. And it's Sean raising it up with the 8-7 suited in +3. G coming back to a suited king. He's in there. Now what will Ryan choose to do with his ace-queen? He's going to flat. Jay with the same hand in clubs.
It's also the same guy that just like snapped all the 4K bet on the river with the
And it's a king high board. Both players with backdoor flush draws. Nothing for Sean or Ryan here. But Ryan's calling with ace high. He needs an ace and an ace only. And somehow gets it. He calls on the flop with absolutely nothing. Out of position. Hits an ace and leads into the field. You can't write this stuff, folks. You cannot write this stuff. This is Texas poker. Almost like he knew it was coming. G is not going to go anywhere, understandably. No way to put Ryan on an ace when he floats the flop here. Unless it's ace 4, ace deuce, or ace king. And you have a king. More likely you picked up a heart draw or something. And now he's betting 500. Big pot size bet here. Wow. Gets paid off. Somehow, G is just... You know, I don't blame G, honestly, for this play. I mean, how could you ever put Ryan on an ace? I certainly couldn't put Ryan on an ace. Honestly, really looks like a flush draw that bricked. But what do I know? The only value you can really put him on there is ace 4 or ace deuce. Some two-pair type hands. Maybe a set? I don't know if a set plays that way, though. We're moving on to the next hand. Nice hand to Ryan. He's going to win a big one there. Up $1,500. We got Nico Theo in the chat. If he was still in town, I would have asked him to commentate with me tonight. But he's back home. And that's Jay with his pocket sixes, retaining the best hand here against two very nice hands that just so happened to miss this flop. It's going to be hard for him to hold on, though, multi-way. Maybe for one bet, but if it gets more aggressive... Oh, he's putting in the raise for... I'm believing he's putting in the raise here for protection. Once again, not a play that's in my book out of position. Maybe a hand I could do this with, like, in position, but out of position, probably not doing this. But he's fearless. Probably guessing that he has more sets here in this spot. Had the best hand, but is going to protect his hand, deny some equity, take it down. $196 people in the chat, and we are 3 likes away from our hoodie giveaway. That is 3 likes. If 3 people hit the like button, we will be doing a Poker House hoodie giveaway. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Still got about an hour and a half left in the action. And there it is, 101 likes. We have surpassed our like threshold, and we will be doing a Poker House hoodie giveaway. And I will let you guys know the details behind that hoodie giveaway in just one moment. We will be back momentarily with the details of that hoodie giveaway. Make sure you stay alert here, and we'll be right back with the details of the hoodie giveaway. Thank you guys for 100 likes.
I win another pot.
Might be a little clickbait.
No, mine is 8 raises to 70.
And back just in time for Ryan to have aces. Facing a 3-bet from King 8 suited. Looks to me like he's pre-tipping the dealer, thanking him for this lovely spot that he's found himself in. And he's going to put in the 4-bet, which will end the hand, I would imagine. But what do I know? What do I know? Do I know anything, chat? I don't know anything. The boy calling the 4-bet with the King 8 suited. Probably because it was so small. Completely whiffing the flop, just backdoors. And Ryan just ripping it. 2x pot ripping it for $2,100. That is a good way to scare off any hands that you beat. But nonetheless, taking it down. Probably trying to target pocket kings. All right, guys. So our Poker House hoodie giveaway details. We're going to do the exact same thing that we did the last time that we gave away a hoodie. So we are going to guess how big the pot will be on hand 70. We're currently on hand 60. Hand 70, we're guessing how big the pot will be. You cannot go over the amount of the pot. So it will be the closest number to the pot size without going over. You must have your guesses in by hand 68. By the start of hand 68. You must have your hand in. Sorry, by the start of hand 65. You must have your guesses in. So everybody in the chat, please go ahead, hit that guess right there.
Oh no! Oh my god!
You cannot go over the amount. If you go over, your guess will be void. It is the closest to the pot size on hand 70 without going over. You have until the beginning of hand 65 to get your guesses in.
like you'll fucking go next.
I know. That's
Good boy, how am I supposed to know when you have cards?
Yeah. I'll hold it here. You can ask.
I can ask politely.
top card. Like, hey boy, show your cards.
Rosie making a comment about the boys' massive stack. Look at those towers.
Wasting our time, man. Goddamn, bro. Slow down the damn game, Jay.
No one cares about your time.
Everyone else's time.
Make sure you get your guesses in.
I don't know, but nothing good. Nothing good. Yeah, he should have to pay attention to
Three people were up this session. Everyone else is down. Yes, 10 bucks. Let's go.
Oh, are you doing that game? Yeah.
It's the first time we hit. First time. We're good?
I didn't even realize y'all were playing it the entire time.
It's the four of spades. It's hit once. Easy game. Thanks for the line, big line.
Wasn't it the hand between you two, actually?
No.
That game was full of flush? No, that was
Benji with the best hand pre-flop, but Sean does flop a 3 here. He's going to take it down.
He is.
He literally is.
Are you commentating in there with him, Eddie, or just by himself?
Just
I think Knox having fun in it.
Is he?
I bet he is. It's kind of fun to commentate by yourself.
He's talking.
Rosie making a comment that I'm having fun in here, and I am having fun in here, guys. I'm having a great time. You guys have been great in the chat, very involved.
Continue to conversation. Stop talking.
It's also like, if you're friends,
It's been a great time.
here, you can kind of get sidetracked from the stream.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, whenever Nick is.
Yeah, like Knox in there, he's watching every hand, he's talking to the chat. I bet he's doing very well.
I just want to say, John, you're doing a terrible job.
We love you, John.
Jay trying to tell me I'm doing a terrible job. That's classic Jay. That's classic Jay. What are you going to do?
Pad Thai, it's giving me a stomach ache.
Me neither.
Trying to say that no one is going to pay me for the food that I ordered. We'll see about that.
Just like yell into the mic 15 minutes later. He's gonna come out and be like, give me my money. He's like screaming into the mic. He's like,
They're trying to troll me. They're trying their best. I'm just doing my job. And now the boy's going to pick up 7 deuce. And you guys heard it here. It seems like seems as if the food that we ordered is causing some people to have some stomach aches. Nothing we can do about that now.
This is gonna happen, that's why I looked at it.
Everyone send your prayers in the chat for Jay's stomach. The boy's not one to give up. Sean flopping middle pair. He's going to have a wild ride in store for him today. Can he hang on? Because the boy will not stop. I can promise you that much. All the money's going in on the turn. Can you hold on, Sean? And that's definitely a card that the boy will be bluffing. It might be a card that Sean decides to call down on now that he's picked up the open ender. And all in it goes. Can Sean find the call here? The boy drawing dead. No, he cannot. Gets the fold, and now everyone's got to pay that bounty out. The first bounty of the night, I believe. $200. And the boy continues his reign of terror, running the table over, second only to Benji in terms of winnings.
Plus, you're never drawing dead.
It was friendly because you're not playing 7 loose. Yeah, he's gonna play no one else. So you're trying to bluff the one guy.
And the boy continues his reign of terror, picking up an amazing starting hand with the straddle on. And it seems like all the aces in the world are out behind him. Sean here going to get very out of line. Very uncharacteristic of him as well. He's going to get entirely out of line and 3-bet the ace-8 offsuit and quickly get 4-bet for his stack. He gets it in. Gets it in drawing almost dead. And that's it. Well, nope, they're running it twice, it looks like. Looks like they're running it twice. Needs an 8 and an 8 only. And there it is. Oh, we already hit the king, though. I didn't see that. So that's the end of that. It looks like Sean M is going to lose his stack. And he's out of here. Looks like we're going to need to call on the alternate list to get a replacement for Sean M. Thanks for playing. And the boy is going to win another huge pot here. Continuing to add to his stack. Look at that stack. Those towers. He really loves his red chips. I would have colored all that up by now.
That's how poker works. Most people lose, some people win.
Yeah, dude, we're highlighting this stream.
Already massive. I mean, after the last one, battling with G. There's no like small wins. Still can't believe you snapped out Kenny today. I had a feeling you were on like a draw that you were gonna push. Let's get Raj in there. But Raj. Oh, Raj is on the list. I just think it's different because I think when I play you differently, you're very creative one flying two, so I always think like Shadow is on. With the creative players. 5, 6, 4, 7, 4. Wow. I'm gonna re-rate. Like, man. Oh, was that Raj? Like, I want to give you action. Yeah, it is. No, did he call Raj?
Doug, with a callback from yesterday, is it Spritzer Sunday? Referring, of course, to the fact that I am a wine spritzer type of guy, which I'm not. Just to be fair, I'm not. But it's not Spritzer Sunday. And all I can tell everyone in the chat right now is that I cannot wait to get into this game. I cannot wait to get into this game after the stream. I'm going to have some great fun with these guys. I hope everyone has their guesses in. You have one hand left to get your guesses in. One hand left. Any last minute guesses for the total pot size of hand 70? Once this hand is over, I will type something into the chat that will signify the end of guesses. You have until the end of this hand to get your guesses in. Any last minute guesses, and no guessing twice. Only one guesses at a time. Get your guesses in. 200 people in the chat. Luke Beats saying he's switching up his guess to 358. I'm going to have to go with your first guess. Cannot guess twice. Your first guess will stand. And the hand's over. There it is. That's it. We're going to let Joe Vincent in because he sent his message at the exact same time that I sent mine. But any guess after that is void.
You're getting all of Benji's cards now. What you buying in there, Roman? Max 15.
Oh, did he?
Thank you, everyone, for guessing. We have, this is hand 67, though. This is hand 67. We are doing hand 70. It looks like our video is frozen here. Let me know if you guys can still hear me in the chat. Let me know. Can you guys hear me still in the chat? We got some technical difficulties here with the actual video of the stream, but I am still here with you guys. We're going to manage this, and hopefully we'll be able to get the stream back up and running. We got our man Eric in here trying to do some diagnostics here. He's got a full hard drive, he says. So we'll take care of it. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We'll have this fixed hopefully in time for hand 70.
pulling up the GFX program. You could do a Ask Knock Anything question.
Oh, we already did that. But we're going to have to do something about hand 70. Because I did the giveaway about hand 70.
Oh.
And we're going to miss that.
That's okay. Just change it to the next hand that we get.
Yeah. Sorry, guys, but that's what's going to have to happen about the giveaway. The next hand that we see on the stream is going to be what we're going to count the giveaway for. I have all of your guesses saved. So the first hand that we get when we are back up and running will be the hand that the giveaway is based on. I have the chat here on my phone. Don't think I'm ignoring you guys. So if there's any more questions anyone wants to ask me while we are waiting for this to come back up, send them in the chat. We had a lot of great questions earlier. Dabo for Prez saying, tell us pot size of hand 70. I unfortunately do not know how much the pot size was on hand 70 because that happened already 15. Sorry.
USB cable. Unplug the first USB cable.
This one?
Yep. And then plug it back in.
That's tech support knock right here. You guys see that? Tech support knock. I don't know how much was in hand 70 because that was 15 minutes ago. And the hand's over, and I'm not sure they know what hand 70 was out there. We just know because of the graphics.
Rena asked me if Wednesday's tourney is still a go. Is that the Katie's tournament?
I'm assuming so.
That's going to be huge.
Yeah.
300 people.
Yes. Wednesday tournament is still a go. Doug asking what flavor spritzers are we drinking today. I could really use a spritzer right now, Doug. So if you're delivering, I'm drinking.
Is it out? It's repairing the video. So just keep doing that if it'll let you. Okay.
CM asking, why does online poker always get a bad rap? I actually have a pretty good theory about this. There's a lot of inexperienced people that really like to... Sorry, a lot of inexperienced people that are playing online that will see a lot more hands than they would normally see when they play live. So they get a lot of hands that are coolers and bad beats and etc. And then all the time they think that because they're getting more of those coolers and bad beats online, therefore online is rigged or something like that. In reality, you're just seeing like 4 or 5 times as many hands as you do in live poker. And that's why you are getting more bad beats and coolers. But you're also coolering and bad beating other people just as much. But unfortunately, there is an issue with collusion online. We cannot completely solve that. Also, people in like a lot of these sites like ACR and stuff like that, they can use RTA. It's really hard to track. So that's probably why it gets a bad rap. But there's in no way is it rigged. Beffer asking, what stakes online can you beat? I'm assuming you're talking about me specifically, because technically any stake is beatable. I don't play online at all. I only play live, so I'm not sure what I could beat. I'm assuming I could beat 200 NL online. The players are still going out there, so once we get this up and running again, we'll still have about another hour of streaming to go. And we will give the hoodie away.
Never mind. There we go. Yeah, we're just waiting for this Streamlabs to come up. The computer crashed because we've been recording all of our raw data and we didn't transfer it over to our external hard drive. So we had too much when we were recording this specific episode. And so I just gave everybody 5,000 for waiting. Let me try this again. They can still see us and hear us. They just can't see. This is what they see, this picture.
Bradley King asking, do you guys stream any PLO games? Yes, we do.
Yeah, go look at yesterday. Look at Thursdays.
Yeah, it's Thursday PLO, right?
Your huge games.
Yeah. So on Thursday we stream PLO. Is that going to be every week?
It has been. This week we're moving it to Wednesday from noon to 1 to 5, I think, because we're having a special Thursday 5-5 game with some people coming up.
There you guys hear it. We're going to be doing weekly PLO streams here. And
we're actually doing the first Wednesday of the month from noon to 5, noon to 4, whatever it is. 10K minimum buy-in, no cap, 25, 50, 100 Congress.
25, 50, 100 Congress every month.
Once a month.
For the first
Wednesday of the month.
That's a big game, guys.
It's a big game.
That's going to be the biggest Congress stream, I think, ever.
Yeah, 10K min. Congress is a 5-card PLO split game for those of you that aren't in Texas.
Yes, that is only a thing in Texas and Oklahoma, really.
Is where they call it Congress.
Yeah. I think Congress is a much better name than PLO 5-8, as they call it.
Right.
It seems so much...
So many numbers.
Yeah.
So go ahead and unplug that USB cord again. Every time I turn on the GFX server, it crashes the white balance in our camcorder or our webcam. There it is. So it's trying to recover the recording, and it won't let me not recover it. So I just have to sit there and wait for it. It looks like it's forever. All right, let's go ahead and bail on it. Okay. Unfortunately, this is taking. We're not going to be able to finish the stream tonight, just because the software won't let us get past this. You can see we've been sitting here trying. I'll pull this over here. I don't know if you can see that; it's too small, but it's. If you can see that little green bar, it's like at 1%, and it's just sitting here spinning, and we can't get past that. So we're just going to have to call an audible, shut down the stream an hour early, and see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, $500 max buy-in.
Yep.
Did you talk at all about the? Let's just go through these commercials really quickly. The heads-up tournament.
I have not talked about this.
All right, let me tell you guys about the heads-up tournament. $700 buy-in. I expected a bigger draw than what we have. We have we had 2 brackets, 4 players played, two games, and we streamed both of them. And instead of 8, we had 4 people show up. So next week we've got I think 6 people already registered that are going to play. But it won't be 32 players, unless a bunch of people show up next week at noon, Saturday and then Sunday. So that's our heads-up tournament that I'm super excited about. $700 buy-in, and if people want to play that, you got to come out and support it. Everybody says they want to play a heads-up game, but then nobody supports it, so it makes it tough. Another advertisement we'll end the stream with is our industry appreciation. If you work at any gaming, casino, card room, any legitimate card room, not like if you deal cards at the kitchen table for your home game, that doesn't count. But if you work at any legitimate card room or casino across the country and you want to come here, in Texas they don't rake the game. They charge you by the hour, and we charge $13 an hour. But if you are in the industry, we charge you half price, so it's $6.50 an hour. So bring in your card, your ID from your badge from whatever you're working at, and get half price on your time. Another thing we do is we charge a membership. It's a club. It's a member-based club, so it's $10 a day or $30 a month. But if you are a first responder, police officer, firefighter, or veteran, it's free membership. We like to take care of the people who take care of us, so it's always free. And the last ad I want to tell you, did you know? Rena was asking about Wednesday's tournament. Are we still having that? Yeah, we're still having that. 6 o'clock, $100 buy-in, 20K starting stack, 20-minute levels. First place is like 6K. We've been hitting over 300 players on a Wednesday night. We have that exact same tournament, the same buy-in, the same starting stack, the same 20-minute levels, same 6 o'clock on Monday. I started pumping that out because we've only been getting like 25, 30 people for the exact same tournament on a Monday. And we want it, as I've been saying it for the last few weeks, I've been telling people about it. We're up to like 60 people now. So come out tomorrow, support that, make it bigger. It's a super great tournament. And let's just make it big like Wednesdays is big. And first responders, retired first responders, if you have a badge still, whatever you have, bring it on in, and we'll just take care of you guys, right? We like to take care of the people that take care of us. So that's it for Knock and myself. Sorry, hardware difficulties, nothing we can do about that. I will get everything switched over to the new hard drive, and we'll be good to go tomorrow. But that's it. You want to close with anything else?
Yeah, just really want to thank you guys for joining me in the booth tonight. My first solo commentary. I'm sorry we never got to do that giveaway. Just really unfortunately timed hardware difficulties, but that's all right. We'll get it fixed for next time, and we'll run the giveaway on the very next time when we get back here on Savage Sunday next week. So tune in next week for the Savage Sunday stream, and I will be giving away that hoodie first thing at around 6 or 7 p.m. when we start that Central Time.
Right on. Perfect. All right. I'm going to leave it with this.